Yes, we do. Yeah. Okay. You ready? Hello. Okay. Shh. Hello, everyone. Hi. It's Rita and Benji and Teddy Bear coming to you live for Wednesday's edition of Cricut Chat. I hope everyone is doing well. It's exciting today because we're going back to my roots, which my roots are paper card making, especially, but paper crafting. And I actually, yes, my puppers are here. I'm so proud of my Benji today because he is he's kind of a dasher. Like when you let him out, he's usually will run. But this morning, Owen found him. He must have gotten out and found him sitting on the front stairs, just sunning himself, waiting for someone to let him back in the house. So I'm so proud of him. He got extra cookies today. So, and Teddy Bear is jealous because he's jealous of everyone. So, but that is, that's my little good news for the day. It's a beautiful day here in New England, sunny and bright, and feels nice. That crispy, that crisp air from April, and it's just beautiful here. So I hope that you are having same experience or similar experience, and that you're ready to make some great new things today. Yeah, I'm so proud of my Benji boy. So proud of him. And I had to laugh yesterday with such a laugh, right? Good morning, Wendy. It was such a laugh to be making those stickers and then not paying attention and then cutting them out all wrong. And I'm like, oh, that's so funny. I'm such a goober. I actually got a lot of really fun responses on YouTube saying that people enjoyed and they enjoy when I have a surprise like that. So, it doesn't bother me at all to make a mistake. And if it helps you, then that's all the better, right? All the better. So you can learn from my mistakes and you'll do better, right? So, I was thinking this morning, or actually yesterday when I was getting ready for today's project, because I always work on my projects that right after I start, after I finish, right? And hi, Sharon from the UK. So I was working on my projects and I was thinking, we've been doing all of these great projects. I mean, really good projects, mugs. We've been doing things with crepe paper and tissue paper and stickers and 3D projects and sewing and all of that I felt like I just need to do a card. I don't know if that's something that you guys are feeling at all, but every once in a while I just need to get my hands on some paper and just craft a card. So I decided to sort of pivot and do some card. What are you doing? Oh, they trapped their ball under my desk. Oh, I don't know if you guys ever saw the Hammy and Olivia from TikTok, but these two are just like that. Teddy Bear is like Hammy. He's kind of a dopey, big old guy. And Olivia, even though girl, Benji's a lot like Olivia. Kind of like, Anyway, so, all right, sorry. They've got a squeaky ball, and that's going to be annoying, so I apologize for that. But so yeah, I just want to make cards. And actually I had a great meeting yesterday with Carol Prevost, who is our, as she calls it, the token Canadian product expert, and Melody Lane and some people from Cricut to talk about the paper selection and the different kinds of paper that Cricut is carrying and should carry. And so if you have any thoughts on that, feel free to send them my way, and I will make sure that I give that information to them. That was really exciting. I'd love to just talk about paper. I know it's so weird, but I'm a paper hoarder, and I have been sort of enamored of any kind of office supply since I was a kid, and I just love to craft with paper, and especially like to make cards. So I decided that I would go on the search for a couple of new cards that we haven't made before, and came upon some yes, that's right, Diana. Diana's saying the squeaky toys will keep Benji out of my craft supplies. And that is the truth, because he is always getting into my craft supplies. And yeah, we need... Yes, I agree. A lot of people are saying about the paper. I think the paper selection has been a little lacking, but I really feel great about that meeting. And it sort of does Cricut have mystery boxes with paper? Sometimes they do have mystery boxes with paper. I think the mystery box is kind of like a separate problem or a separate challenge, let's say. Like, I just think, they need to hear from us about what we want to use. And I think for a long time, focus was on vinyl and iron-on. And so people didn't realize, I think, how much people love to work with paper. And so that was a really great, enlightening meeting to sort of discuss that. And so I'm very hopeful, very, very hopeful. And, I've always recommended Cricut cardstock. It's really good cardstock. I especially like their glitter cardstock. And I've always used that. And it's only just when they don't have a color or a style that I'm looking for that I would go elsewhere. I'd rather buy it from Cricut because it cuts like nothing, like butter. On a Cricut, because it's designed. Yeah. Hi, Susan. So anyway, I went on the search for some cards, and I came back with one of our favorite designers, Rob and Bob, with 4 cards that we have not done yet, and that they are sort of kids cards, but I sort of like them. And the one that I'm actually going to put together today is this top left-hand one. I just like it because it's very intricate, and I'm going to show you how to put a sentiment on the inside, because that's a little trick, and also talk a little bit about intricate cutting with your Cricut and all of that. So when you are looking through images in Design Space, you're talking about I agree. I love that idea of being able to come back and sort of maybe favorite your favorite images or something. That's a good idea. Yeah, I like this. It's kind of tropical, as you say. And I did find this one, and I got to tell you, I'm scratching my head at this one, because clearly this is the card on the outside with this really long alligator. So cute, right? But then the I don't know, is this the inside where it says birthday, and then this comes here, and then this little extra, I don't know. So I was kind of like, oh, when I have time, I'm going to make this one too. But I only had time to make this one, and I love this owl one, and this one's just sort of sweet. And they all come from the same area. So let me show you where to find them. So let me just start new. I'm going to save this, and I will give you this file. I don't think I needed to resize these files, but I'll give it to you so that you that's, I know it's the tail, but does it come on the inside? It just, I don't know, maybe I'm not supposed to be being that literal about it, Regina. I don't know. The owl is adorable, adorable. All right, so we're going to images, and I'm going to show you, you guys know I love to work from image sets, because it's just sort of the way that I started working with Cricut, is that I used to use the cartridges, and then I sort of, then we went all online, and so I think in terms of cartridges, because I like that everything is sort of lumped together and they're similar. So when I come to all images, right? When I come and do images, this is where I'm at, where you all should be at if you're on the desktop app. So I check out image sets. It's right here on the bottom, highlighted category, image sets. I'm also going to talk over here about this trending, because there's something that's changed here and I want to show you about it. So highlighted categories, we're going to go to image sets. And usually I come here and I just will scroll and see what's new. And a lot of times the new stuff is all at the top. So this is a good way, if you just kind of come here every week or something to sort of look, there's all kinds of new image sets that are added, and boy, there's it's grown exponentially, 3,800 image sets. Now, not all of them are part of Cricut Access, but some of them you do have to purchase, but most of them are. It's really a good deal. I can't believe people don't think Cricut Access is a good deal. Clearly, they don't know what they're missing. So under image sets, I'm going to type in Rob, just the word Rob or the name Rob, and it will bring you to the Rob and Bob grouping of image sets, and almost every single one of these are free if you have Cricut Access. We're going to be going over this one, the Animal Crackers collection. That's the one that I got these cards from. But remember too, there's just so many cards here. Halloween, Christmas, all different times. There's even a wedding suite, which has a lot of artwork on it. And I was thinking would be great to transfer some of this to foil, because some people have asked for some more help with using the foil. And the foil is certainly, because there's a lot of fun things to do with the foil transfer kit. So maybe we can come back and do that. And we've done a lot of these Christmas cards, a couple of the Halloween cards, and this is one of my favorites, the Best of Rob and Bob. There's just so many awesome things in there, but I sort of overlook these other little categories, and Animal Crackers is the other one that we kind of overlook. It's not in the other best of or whatever. So here they are. There's 4 images, plus there's this, which I think is kind of like an overlay piece that you could use for, for a scrapbook page, or you could resize it and make it into a card. So let's grab them all and bring them in so we can have a look at them. You want to win a transfer kit. Really? Okay. We've been giving away with our giveaways. Remember, just kind of remind you about the giveaways. We are still going to be picking our winner on for the first joy that we're giving out, and that's going to happen on I'm going to pick the winner on Saturday. So for our Zoom call, I can announce the winner then. But right after that, we're going to have another giveaway for a joy, because I just got approval for giving away a joy, like a bundle that I put together. So I figure we'll do that every month. So in addition to this joy, which I had arranged with my own supplies of stuff that I had, I did put in for these other joys. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to give away 2 in April and then 1 a month. So June, July, August, September, maybe even October. And then by then, hopefully the mug press will be okay to give away, and we can do giveaways for the mug press. But anyway, Exciting stuff. Make sure you get your name in. If you're looking for the link, it's in the description. After I process the video, it will be in the description. So definitely do that. Okay, so here are the 4 cards. Let's have a look. And then plus there's this piece which comes in so small. I'm just going to make it bigger so you can kind of see. It is different from this piece. This one has a bunny on it, and it looks to me like a lion, an elephant, a fox. So cute, right? I love the giraffe. But there is a giraffe here. So butterflies and lots of flowers. This would make a darling card, but it just isn't in a card. So we'll just kind of move that out of the way. So we have these 4 cards, and we have this one that we're going to do today. Then we have this one, and then we have these 2. So I want to just kind of show you these 2. So the thing that I'm thinking about this one is, I guess it's a card inside of a card. Like this is the front of the card and this is the insert of the card. And then on the inside of the card, the tail. I'm just being, I think, maybe a little too literal about it. I don't know. But so there's the tail from there. And then to have love bites, I don't know. It's just kind of cute. And it really is awful sweet. And I'll probably cut that out afterwards. But and then the owl, which let's ungroup it so you can have a look, is like only 4 layers, and it says, look who's having a birthday. Isn't that adorable? And then there are these colors, which you can change up the colors based on what you like, but I like these colors that are here, these primary colors, and it just all fits together. Look who's having a birthday. So put it here so you can see the actual thing. So that's pretty nifty too. And let's just go here. This one here is rather plain. You could maybe do something with it, but it's just like more of a paper piecing one. It's kind of plain, and there's no there's no like sentiment in there, but it's cute, and maybe little kid-ish, but I like it anyway. So I'm gonna again give you this file, and I'm gonna show you a couple of things. So these come in at about 10 by 7, which is that 5 by 7 A7 size of a card, which is a perfect size for a card. You could make it smaller or if you want, or larger if you want, but when folded will make a 5 by 7 inch card. And I want to just show you, I'm going to ungroup. The way that this is it has all these little tiny pieces that are going to go on to this main piece. So there's that main piece. And it cuts out, and then we're just going to build that on top of there. This, I cut them out in regular cardstock, but this probably would be a good thing to cut out in specialty cardstock as well. So all these cute little elements that will really make them pop off of the page. Now, one thing that I would suggest to you is to cut these pieces out using intricate cut, cardstock for intricate cut. We'll talk about that in a second, okay? So this is the actual card. So even though it's opened up and this looks like the front, this is not the front. This is the front of the card. This is the back. And if we flipped it over, we could put a sentiment in here, which is really cool. So I want to show you how to flip it over, and then also want to show you a little thing I found last night that will make it a little easier to find sentiments, okay? So let's just talk about flipping it. So if we were going to put a sentiment in here, we want to be able to flip this around. So we're going to use this flip feature. It's not mirror, it's flip, okay? So we're going to choose flip horizontally. There's flip vertically, flip horizontal. So we're going to choose flip horizontally. And now we're looking at the inside of this card. This will make a perfect area to put the inscription or the sentiment on the inside. So you will need to flip, and this way you can have a sentiment inside of your cards. Isn't that great? So let's look for a sentiment. We're going to go back to images, okay? And when we go to all images up here, this is like kind of all the images and their like categories and stuff. So let's look over here at trending where it says phrases and sentiments. So I'm going to click on that, and I want to show you something over here. I'm going to move over here. You will see that under all phrases and sentiments, there are actually 4 choices. There's card phrases, there's one word sentiments or phrases. It's not really a phrase if it's one word. There are phrases, and then there are simply stated. I'm not really sure what the difference between simply stated and one word. Well, maybe it's more than one word. I don't know. But the thing I like about this is we can choose card phrases. So that's what I'm going to choose, is card phrases. And now I can look down here under operation type. I can choose draw only. And this whittles it down to a draw only sentiment. Making it so much easier to find things like happy birthday or, you're invited or warmest wishes or whatever. I mean, it does sort of streamline it down here, but it is quite a cool little feature. If we don't want to do draw only, we can choose cut and draw. I think we could choose both, actually. So these are the ones that have a cut element to it as well as a draw. So check that as well. So I think we can choose 2. Yep, we can choose 2 out of the 4, or if we don't want to choose any at all and we just want to look at card phrases because perhaps we're going to switch it to a writing to drawing, you could do that as well. And you've got like 500 images here, and I'm sure they'll populate more as time goes on. But I just thought I would kind of, show you this because I don't know if you noticed it. And there are some pretty easy, cute little things like happy birthday or miss you or thanks a bunch. I chose happy birthday for this card because I don't know, I just thought it would look cute on this card. So I pulled it in. Hi, Kelly. Let's see. Okay, so I accidentally pulled in 2. I don't need this to be my Valentine, so let's get rid of that. So I have happy birthday, and it's a little bit big, so I'm going to make it smaller. And I like to put the sentiments okay, you guys. The door's open today, and they're seeing people. I don't know, maybe because the weather is good. They're seeing people come to the door, or not to the door, but coming past the house. Anyway, so I like to put the sentiment at the top, sort of at the top, leaving a lot of room because I like to write a lot of stuff. So here works for me. And I think that size, maybe like around there, I kind of like try to center it. Like I visualize like a T and put it up here, where above the cross part of the T. That's how I sort of do it. Now, the thing is you have to attach this, but this card is already got an attachment here. Now, this is a change. Teddy bear. Teddy. Sorry, guys. So this is a change that they've made recently. I don't know why, but it's already got an attachment on it. So we need to detach it before we can attach the sentiment to the inside of the card. So you definitely need to go down here at the bottom here where it says detach. So we're going to detach, right? And don't move anything, because if you do that, you'll mess up where your score line is, okay? And then you would select all of this. So you're basically not allowed to attach separately two different things like the score and the writing anymore. You used to be able to do that, but you can't do that anymore. So you have to detach and then reattach. And attach is that little paper clip that holds everything onto that page. And so now you have the card with the sentiment and the score line. And so if you're going to cut this out, I just want to point out, I always cut out 2 of everything. So here is me changing it to 2. If you want to save a little bit of paper, you can move these little pieces over. And I used all my scraps for all of these things. So you've got like a bunch of different colors, which I had used a lot of these colors for my Easter cards. And then here is the one that has the 2 pieces. And for the actual cards itself, I have been using my 8.5 by 11 inch paper from Michaels. So if you are interested and want to get some paper and you don't want to waste a lot of paper, I would definitely recommend checking out Michaels. They often have sales that on these 8.5 by 11. It's called Recollections. I'm going to grab one just so you can see. Okay. What? Sorry. So this is a Michaels brand, Recollections, and they sell these paper packs. They're individually, paper. They're grouped together, usually about 50 sheets in a pack. And this one is called Dreamy, and it has 5 different colors, and they list the 5 different colors here. I love these things because when they're on sale, you can usually get them like for about $2. $2.50, and for 50 sheets, pretty darn good. And this size works well for making cards like this. So I would recommend checking that out at Michaels. You can also order them online, which I have taken to doing because of the pandemic, and I just didn't want to go out. So you can often purchase them, and if you get on their mailing lists, they'll tell you when it's on sale. And usually if you can buy it in the store, you can buy it online. And sometimes you can buy stuff there that you cannot buy in the store, which is pretty cool. So anyway, this is how we would cut this out. And I want to point out, especially for this particular piece that is very, very intricate, you're going to want to choose cardstock for intricate cuts because it really is a great little setting. Here it is, cardstock. It's under cardstock. Cardstock for intricate cuts. It basically slows down the machine and cuts twice. So it helps if you run into where the cardstock is just like getting shredded by the machine. So oftentimes, people will come to me and say, "Oh, Titty, stop, okay, honey?" They'll come to me and they'll say, why is this machine shredding my paper? Sometimes it's the paper. Sometimes it's your blade. And even also sometimes it's your mat. But a lot of times if you switch to cardstock for intricate cuts, it will resolve that. If after switching to intricate cuts, you're still having problems, then I would say check your blade, make sure there's not anything on it, or maybe it's time to change it. Or do you have it on the best mat? Is it on a clean, sticky mat? Because sometimes that will cause that problem. So, but try intricate cuts before you go changing blades, because sometimes that will just resolve it. Okay. There is a difference in paper. I also need to kind of say that because, we've talked about this before. A lot of time, black colored paper can be very pulpy. And it shreds a lot easier than white, let's say, or another color. Reds can be like that sometimes too. So I don't know if it's the the dye or what they're using to make the paper, but there is a difference in papers, and there's also a difference in design or manufacturers of paper. I highly recommend, always have highly recommended Cricut cardstock if it's in the color that you want. But also Michael's cardstock works well. I have not had any luck with that that kind that comes in the pack with Joann's. It's really not very good paper. It's not the Park Lane, but I forget what they call it. But, you know, just the kind that is just kind of like no name brand. Like it's like their generic brand doesn't work for me. And then Hobby Lobby, the Paper Studio brand doesn't really work for me. But I really do like the Michaels stuff. So I just thought, you know, kind of mention that. But also just try that intricate cuts, and then it will go a little slower, but you will be happy with the results. Okay, so let's have a look at putting together this card. I'm not going to cut it out for you because I don't think that that's super necessary. Yeah. So there are some things, you know, like when you're cutting anything, you know, you have to check your blade, check your mat, check the material, and check your setting. Those are the 4 things that you need. No, Michael's is called Recollections. Paper Studio is Hobby Lobby, I think. I might be wrong there because we have one Hobby Lobby in New Hampshire, but that's it. Okay, so here's the card with Happy Birthday on the inside. Isn't it great? And just super cute to put together. So let us do that. So it has all of these little pieces. And here you go. It has the score here, and I put the happy birthday here. We're just going to fold it. Now, it folds. It doesn't fold like even, and actually this part does sort of overlay the back. That's okay. It will still fit in your envelope. It's a 5 by 7 inch card, so it will still fit in your envelope. And then we have this. This is kind of the base piece. It's sort of very lacy. And then we'll take all these little pieces, including we've got a giraffe, and we've got an alligator or a crocodile. And then a couple of birds. Actually, this bird is upside down. I feel like relaxed now that now that I'm working on paper. I don't know. That must be my imagination. And so then we've got this and this. Now I'm going to be using glue. This is the glue that I use for a lot of my paper piecing stuff. It's called Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. You can buy this on Amazon, and I will put a link to it from Amazon to my Amazon affiliate. It is an affiliate link, but you can buy it. I like to buy it as there's like what's it called? It's a pack, a kit, or a group. It comes with this like teddy bear that looks like it's supposed to hold honey, and that's a refill, and then you get these this bottle, but it does come in different bottles. It has great precision tips that you can actually change out. I like this one, but there's one that's even finer of a tip, but you do need to use the pin inside of this to keep it from getting blocked up, because that's your biggest problem with working with liquid glue, is that they often will dry and you won't be able to get it out of there. So they give you a pin. Now try not to lose this pin, because if you do, you have to find something else to stick inside of the bottle. And unfortunately, if you find just another sewing pin, they often will rust, and so it makes it kind of a little bit hard to find a pin. Lately, because I lost this pin here, I used actually some wire because I knew it wouldn't rust because it's coated. So so you have to kind of, I lose things all the time, so you have to kind of be diligent about not losing your pins. Okay, so let's put these little pieces on. And when we're working with glue, any glue, it doesn't matter if you have this kind or if you have, even Elmer's school glue or whatever, the important part is that you're not going to put a lot. And so you have to learn to control the flow of your glue. I barely push on this bottle, and I try to put as little amount of glue as possible, just simply because I don't want for it to start squishing out. What happens when you put too much is that it breaks down the fibers of the paper, making it very like squishy and mucky almost, and we don't want that. But also it also will stain, like a lot of glues. This one not so much, but if you got the glue on the outside of the card, it will stain it. And you can see that, it's sort of a rookie move for people that are card makers. They're getting into card making. You'll see little glue smears on the card. So try to, do less is more. And simply, if you need to put it, for instance, if you forgot an area, you can come back and just sort of lift it up and put a little dab in there. Whoops. No problem with that. So less is more in this case. And so we're just going to put little tiny droplets on all these little feetsies and all these little areas so they won't lift up, but just not a whole lot. So this might be one of those cards where you make a couple and put in your card box. We talked about the card box before, where we keep cards that we've made that maybe we don't have someone to give it to right away, but we keep it in our little box so that when it comes up, like, the neighbor kid is celebrating their birthday, you can just go to your card box, pull it out. It's like your own personal Hallmark store. And I love being that prepared for everything. I especially like it when I have it for things like sympathy cards. So I like to have these little card boxes all set up, ready to go for whenever I need them. And you just don't anticipate, especially with, funerals and stuff like that. You don't anticipate it. So it's good to have around. A card box, yeah. I actually just buy those. They're actually they're called photo boxes, and they often have them at the holidays at Michael's. Like they'll have it for like Valentine's Day and Christmas and stuff. And I tend to buy the plain ones, the black ones, or just plain ones. And I keep them open. And as I make cards, I just put them in there. And as they fill up, I will then sort them out. Oh, I did not put this on correctly. I think I put it on backwards because it looks, I think I might have put it on backwards. Yeah, I did. Oh, well, no, nobody's going to notice that too much, I don't think. Also, I have, where's my little, sometimes if you pull off a piece of the card, which is what I just did here, you'll have a little bit of paper hanging over. So push that down. Okay, let's see. We still have to put these two little pieces on, and then we're going to flip it over and attach it to the card. Personally, I like to do it this way than to attach it to the card at first, because if something messes up, then I haven't ruined all of my pieces. And for instance, like here, if I really wanted to be fussy, I could probably rip this off. I probably couldn't reuse it, but I could recut it, and then I wouldn't have a problem. But I don't know, I could say that if I had already attached this whole thing to the card, if you know what I mean. Okay. So there is that sort of lacy piece, that overlay piece. We're going to flip it around, and then we're just going to, I know it seems kind of tedious, but you can get into a little bit of a Zen mode and get to putting your glue on there really easily. I have seen some people that have used like a liquid glue, not the spray adhesive, because, oh my gosh, I don't like spray adhesive glue. But there's kind of like a wet, almost like a sponge adhesive, where you can kind of press. I want to check that out. That's something I want to do this year, where you can kind of like press the top pieces into like a liquid, a little more liquid than this liquid glue, and I would think it gets all on the back. But in the meantime, this is what we do. We just put our glue in a very, very tiny bead or line or whatever all over. Make sure you get those little feet and all those little things that are sort of independent, like over here. All right, and you guys will do it much more diligently than I'm doing, because I don't want to take up too much of your precious time. But this is how I would do it. There we go. Almost done. And again, if you go a little too lightly, that's okay. Come back and add more. You can do that. And don't rush either, because the glue should stay pretty liquid for a while. Oh, I love darling husbands that will ask if you need stuff at where can I get one of those? Do you need anything at Michael's, honey? Can I take you to Michael's? Oh man, wouldn't that be fabulous? Oh, you're lucky girls if you have one of those. Okay, so that's our card. Isn't it adorable? So cute. And right, I might not look here. This little piece is sticking up, so I'm just going to put a little tiny drop of glue there. Don't want to put too much there. Here, maybe on the tail, a little bit on our little giraffe tail. Now, if you really wanted to gild the lily, you could come back with your markers and put dots on your giraffe, or maybe color a little bit of there. But I kind of like it the way that this is, and it's really just a sweet little card. Doesn't have to be for kids, but really just lovely. I could see maybe giving it to my friend who loves to garden and actually runs the community garden here in Peabody, maybe with a different sentiment, but she would really love that card. It's just really cute. All right, so that's it for today, folks. I hope you do check out this card. Also, if you want to recreate the stickers from yesterday, I did work on them and recut them, by the way. So see, I actually did get them correct. I did put a link to the sticker paper that I use, which is from Online Label. I did put it in the description of the video, both on YouTube and on Facebook. And then also a link to the Avery product. You can buy this product, the self-adhesive laminate sheets. You can buy it at Avery in a box of 50 for about $25. But if you buy it on Amazon, you get 2 boxes of 50 for about $42. So you'll save like, I don't know, $8 if you're going to buy that much, clearly. This is how, so yesterday when we got all messed up, I don't think I showed you, but this is how really, I mean, these are really professional looking stickers, and they've got a nice shine to them, and there's the backing, and just beautiful, beautiful stickers. And they peel, well, I'm not really good at peeling the stickers through on camera anyway, but there's what it looks like. I just think it looks really good. It's not going to rip. Oh, you could rip it though, just like I just ripped. So be careful with that. It could rip, but it is definitely waterproof that way. So what do we have on tap for tomorrow and the rest of the week? We are doing, let's see, we're going to be doing daffodils. I know I've told you that we were going to do it today, but I changed my mind. So we're going to do daffodils from Cricut Access images that I've done many times, and I use the We Are Memory Keepers stems that I'm going to show you. I don't know, I'm going to try to find them on Amazon. We also are going to work on making tissue paper tassels, and then I've been working on a boxwood wreath it's actually started from Aaliyah Griffith. Here it is. So this is boxwood pieces that have all been scored, and I've cut out, I think I've cut out already 200 of these, and I'm getting ready to put this on a wreath. It's going to look stunning, but I want for the wreath to be super packed, so I still need to cut out quite a few, and I don't know that I'm going to get to do that this week. So I just thought I would show you that this is for the boxwood wreath. Could you show us how not to cut through? Yes, it is actually would be called kiss cutting. And I think that you could use because of the nature of this cover here. If you didn't put the self-adhesive, laminate, I would say cut it on the washi cut setting, and then it would take off all the excess and leave the rest on there. If you did put the laminate, I'm going to try that out, but I think that you could probably use the regular vinyl cut, and that will do a kiss cut, which basically a kiss cut means it's just going to cut the top but leave the bottom. Okay, so that's what a kiss cut is. So we will work on that, and I'll get back to you on that. All right, everyone. I'm sad to see you go today, or I'm sad to be going today. So I'm sort of chit-chatting about everything else. But I hope that you will join me tomorrow for our next edition of Cricut Chat. Remember, our Zoom call is on Saturday. I'll post a link about that, and make sure you get your name in for the bundle of joy that we're giving away. Okay, talk to you later. Hi, Elizabeth. We're just getting done. Sorry. We'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully. All right, everyone. Take care. Bye.